G'day guys, welcome to the second video in our series on building Traffic Power's first in-house pod truck. Last week we went through the design of the sign rack and the cut list and our ordering of our steel. This week we are going to lay everything out, tack it all together and get it to the point where it's ready for finish welding. What I've done so far is I've laid out the lower portion of the rack. I like to start from the bottom and work my way up. So I've laid out the bottom portion of the rack just to make sure everything's in the right spot. From here I'm going to grind off all of the gal finish from the ends of the pipes and then we're going to tack it all together. Once it's all tacked together, it'll be ready for finish welding, which we'll probably do next week. So let's get into it.
Okay, so we've got the gal cleaned off most of our spots. It's kind of three sides. I've left this outer side here because I don't think that's going to get too hot, but most of this is sorted. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to go around the rack and tack each joint, each one. Now this is not going to be very straight, but it's all good because we're just going to make sure all these measurements are right. If all these measurements are right, we'll tack all that. We'll go to this end and we'll start tacking these bits, and as we tack those, we'll make sure that it's nice and straight. It can still be adjusted before we do finish welding. So we'll tack everything together here and straighten her up a little bit, and then we'll probably work on the next level. Let's go. All right, I had a little bit of a change of mind here. I was going to tack weld the entire rack and then finish weld everything. And I've remembered that when we come here and we put an upright, we're gonna put an upright starting here. So to have this in the way is a bit of a problem. So I'm gonna flip the rack over. We'll flip it over and finish weld, well, kind of finish weld the bottom of the rack. Then we'll come back to it, we'll flip it back over, we'll grind these tacks flat, and then we'll keep working up from there, I think. See how we go. Welded flat, so we'll chuck it back down on the ground and start working out how our uprights are going to go. Quick stop, and I'm going to show you why I tack before I actually weld. This little guy here, I set it up, it looked all good, and I got my tacks on, and then I realized there's actually meant to be a bar on top here, like that, and this bit's meant to butt up against that. So I've made a little bit of a mistake here.
Okay guys, that's gonna pull us up for this week. We've tacked about half of the rack. We've got our front bays sorted, 2 front bays sorted, our sides organised, our bottoms all ready to go. So that all took a little bit longer than I expected, but when we come back next week, I think we'll find that I will plow through that pretty quickly. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.